Football Manager 2016 save with the LA Galaxy. We are back here as promised, away on the road at CenturyLink Field to take on the Seattle Sounders today. So let's jump in a little bit to the action since we last met. So when we last met, we had that absolutely sort of heart-pounding 5-4 win at home against the Montreal Impact. We then stayed home for the third group stage game in the CONCACAF Champions League against Motagua, and we pounded on them 4-1, assuring ourselves qualification to the quarterfinals out of Group H, which was pretty nice with one game in hand. We then went on the road to Rio Tinto Stadium to play RSL and actually drew 1-1, so an improvement in our away form over. We're still not winning on the road, which is disappointing, but we managed to draw. And then we came home and played FC Dallas, who as you remember earlier, beat us 2-0 on the road. We drew 1-1 with them on the road earlier in the year, and we drew 2-2 in a pretty wild comeback on that. So we're away today at CenturyLink Field. We'll take a look at the rest of the Champions League, just so you guys can see how that's shaping up. So Tigres have qualified on 9 points. Group B is still alive, which is interesting. Club MX, that group is still alive. Goal difference could come into play. Group D still alive with Real Salt Lake and Herediano. Seattle has qualified on a perfect 12 points out of Group E. Santos is qualified on 10 points out of Group F. And Vancouver is still in the lead, but Group G is very much alive. And then we have qualified so far 9 points from 3 games out of Group H. In terms of what's going on, so we're still tied on points, although Columbus has lost today's match, their match yesterday, so we can pull ahead. I forgot wins is first before goal differential in the Supporter Shield, which is why we are behind. So if we win today on the road, which would be pretty fantastic, given that we haven't really done that for most of the season, we would go on top of Columbus with wins, and then in that case, we would be leading the Supporter Shield, by points, and then also goal differential tied on wins if they figured out how to, if they drew up to us at the close of the season on that. We are ahead. Sporting Kansas City has crawled up above Portland, but we have a game in hand on them, so we have an opportunity to go 6 points clear of the West and assure ourselves some further dominance here. So it would be nice. We're getting pretty close to being able to sew up the number 1 seed in the West on this. I believe if we win, I think we only have to win 1 or 2 more, and then we should sew that up. And if we do that, that will guarantee us an automatic berth in the next round in the next iteration of the CONCACAF Champions League, which is pretty amazing. Other stuff to note, the U.S. Open Cup was won by the New York Red Bulls, who defeated NYCFC, which is pretty cool to see them. They've never won that competition in real life, so it was kind of cool to see them win there. So here we go. We'll just process forward here. So Dallas and Houston drew in the El Capitan Derby. So big day here for us. So on the road at CenturyLink Field to take on the Seattle Sounders. So Seattle, as you can see, is actually struggling a bit for form and well out of the playoff positions at this stage, which you're not going to hear me argue about because they are a difficult club to play. We are going to go with our defensive road formation. So Bradford Jamieson is out with the U23s at the moment, which is good for him. It's nice to have a younger international there. Gio Dos Santos will be leaving us shortly to go and play for Mexico in upcoming internationals, which is a little disappointing because I like having him around, especially at this critical time of the year when we are trying to sew things up. Legit, and we had Juninho actually picked up our first red card of the season which was a bit surprising, oddly enough. A little annoying, to say the least. Um, but we managed to pull out the draw in that game, so the team did respond quite well on that. So we're going to set up to go on the counter, play our more typical uh, defensive formation here. You know what? I think we're going to set this up. We want more defense with this particular formation. So we've been pulling draws off on the road. I really would like to get a win here. That'll give us some cushion, push us up in the supporter shield, and give us a little boost going into the bump to the end of the season here. Since we only have a few more games left in the season before we start digging into MLS Cup action, which is always a lot of fun. Gio is having himself a great season. I think he is probably going to be in the running for Player of the Year. Okay, so 4-2. Wow, a fairly disconnected 4-2-4 from Seattle in this one. Let's see what it says. Yeah, Obafemi and Clint are the problems. I'm really trying to figure out exactly what they think they're getting. We may end up having to deal with being stretched a bit on this one because my guess is they'll play wide. It's a super defensive formation though. We may switch up and go kind of change into our home tactic here depending on what's going on. So we'll have to see what's happening here. Because they're in what appears to me to be a very defensive tactic, which is a little odd. It's actually a lot odd. I'm definitely confused why they would come out so defensively at home. We've started picking up a lot more cards late here in the season, and I'm not sure why. I mean, this is a bit more of an aggressive tactic, so I guess it's a bigger possibility. Let's have them stay on. You know what? Let's push up a little. See if we can't compress the field a little bit on them. We're moving the ball okay here. Dos Santos is in. Robbie Keane. Leggett fluffs that one, so that was lousy. Keane's streakiness has led him to be dropped from his international time, which is nice in the sense that we'll keep him around the squad. Although I would like it if he could kick it into gear a little bit, because I could use a few goals, to say the least. I could use a few, so that would be cool. We are dominating the hell out of possession here, but we're not really getting anything going. Kind of a... We're in control. You know what? Let's take a quick look at what's going on. Sounders. That's got to be a bug. Okay. There are definitely gaps in the middle here. So what we're going to look at, let's go back to the tactics. Let's do that. Let's see if we can't exploit the middle of the field on them, since we saw a little bit of a hole showing up there. I don't want to... I would like to be watching the actual game. Okay, Gerard picks it up to Leggett. Yeah. Game's going a little quicker than I probably forgot to... Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to switch. Well, we'll leave it on key highlights for now, rather than have this take forever. Gerard's getting a little tired out there, so we will put hero of the last game out. Baggio Husidic. I don't have a right wing back to put on, but I do have. Yeah, I want to get De La Garza off. He's not having a very good game. Ooh, free kick in. Ooh, damn it. Damn it, Dan Gargan, and you're going to get sent off, aren't you? Shit. You know what? This has happened way more than I would like it to be happening. Okay, so the good news is that that substitution didn't go through. So we're going to do this. We'll sub Keen off. Unfortunately, we're going to change Geo. We're going to change your. We're going to go to a Shadow Striker and see if we can't pick up at least some kind of a threat here, given that I expect we're going to go down 1-0. Hopefully Ricketts proves me wrong. Nope. Off Donovan. In. We're going to swap it up to controlling here. See if we can't get in. Looks like Donovan got a hand on it. Yeah, spastic attempt there. I don't know why he wasn't a little more aggressive with it, but okay, we're down a man. We're down 1-0 on the road here. Clearly, away form isn't something that we're interested in. Our Husidic sub didn't go through either. So let's get him on. See if we can't do something here, because we were playing well in the run of play here. We were doing what we wanted to be doing. We were dominating, holding the ball. Clearly not creating a lot of scoring chances per se. 4 shots on target, not bad, but we've had the better of it. This is distressing because we still can't seem to figure out how to get the road right. We're definitely conceding a lot less on the road, which means our bigger home wins are better for the playoffs, but it's a little distressing that we're going to go into the playoffs having as many problems on the road as we've got this season. Well, damn it, guys. Looks like we're going to have conceded the penalty, and that's about all she wrote on this one. Disappointing that we couldn't take advantage of the opportunity that was given to us today. Oh, that would have been nice. Oh well, disappointing that we couldn't take advantage of the opportunity, but 1-0 loss on the road to the Seattle Sounders. We were unlucky. We had a card and gave up a penalty, so still in first in the West. Disappointing that we couldn't leverage the opportunity, though. So we'll come back at the end of the season. We've got a couple more games, and then we'll come back at the end of the season with Sporting Kansas City and make sure we get all the playoff stuff sorted out. So until then, guys, remember, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.